So here we go. The latest Eric Dollard is to do with the Indiegogo campaign for the Advanced Seismic Warning System Part 2. So we'll pull it up.
Actually, how are you? Can I have a look on your equipment?
Is
the new one?
The campaign is basically, there's only a few days or 20 odd days remaining from today, and it's the second round of funding for the campaign. Last time they raised about $26,000, but they're going again because they need a little bit more. In fact, their goal is $77,000 and $701 really to complete this project in full. So if you can offer a contribution, no matter how big or small, every bit helps. The goal and why is because it's a unique system and it works. It's the only design that uses underground and overground electrical signals derived from Tesla and Alexanderson principles in order to listen to the Earth itself electrically. Especially with the consideration of the recent large earthquake in Nepal, this system, or the Advanced Seismic Warning System, up to 48 hours in advance, is more significant than ever. So please consider donating to this Advanced Seismic Warning System if you can. So I'll play the quick video.
Okay, I'm Eric Dollard, and the subject is the Advanced Seismic Warning System that I developed out of the technologies of Tesla and Alexanderson. It has been tested to be a 48-hour advanced warning for significantly large earthquakes, so it doesn't give a false indication on smaller ones. And it appears to be the only advanced seismic warning system in existence that actually functions. EPD Labs is our organization for research and development of the technologies that surround the works of Tesla and Alexanderson, and is specifically orientated towards a Bell telephone philosophy. This philosophy was what they build works. Well, it is what the name implies. It gives a electrical output in advance of an earthquake, which can be used to actuate alarms, or you can actually study the sounds of the earth that developed the earthquake electrically for scientific purposes. But it's a receiving structure that receives electrical impulses from the inside of the earth and then analyzes them through analog networks, and then provides that analyzed output to various indicating devices. What's different about it is it works. There's nothing else that works. That's from the operational standpoint. From the technical standpoint, no one has developed transmission networks like this before that are capable of receiving wideband bandwidth signals from the interior of the Earth without being interfered by signals from the outside of the solid mass of the Earth. Well, the main thing is to limit the magnitude of the disaster. And that can't happen just by telling everyone that we're going to have a giant earthquake and let them freak out. So the only reasonable way to apply this specific engineering technology is for the utility companies and transportation and what have you to be ready to scale things down really quickly when the indication is given that there's going to be a major seismic event, such as, gas lines and power lines and railways and these kind of things. The only thing you can really do is minimize the size of the fireball. There's no way you can prevent the earthquake, and there's no way that the general public can be expected to reasonably respond to the disaster without causing another disaster of even larger proportions. So that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of opposition to this type of prediction. It's because ultimately there really is no way to save everybody's life. The only thing you can do is get ready for the disaster and minimize the damage and be ready to deal with the casualties afterwards. Yeah, by the end of the year there will be a system that demonstrates the overall engineering layout, and it works. Now, as far as having, fancy spectrum analyzers and mechanical seismographs and all these things to give a full level display, that's all very, very far off.
But it'll prove the point.
It will demonstrate what is going on, and in the event of a major earthquake within a few hundred miles of that location, the real critical thing here is why we need to get a research grant and really be able to move heavily forward with this is statistically, California, most likely Southern California, is going to be hit by a massive earthquake, quite possibly by the end of this decade, and it would really be good if somebody started thinking more seriously about this. So the system has been tested to work. This is not an experimental system. There's no doubts. It's fully engineerable. It has been built, and it does work. Even for earthquakes distant as the giant Japan earthquake, which the system was never designed to receive on an underground level, even on the overground level, there was a 48-hour advance warning of that from what's called a noise storm that came in via the ionosphere, which could only be from two sources, either an earthquake or a hurricane. And it did not have the waveforms of a hurricane. It was definitely an earthquake, but without multiple receiving stations.
Okay, so that's the promotional video. One of the guys behind it is Adam Bull from the UK Tesla Society. That's him and his partner. And you can go to the Tesla Society, which is on that website there, the teslasociety.com. There's also a Facebook page that you can become a member of that, and also the website. And that is the Facebook groups. Just search it in Facebook and you'll find it. So he's part of the campaign of this. Now that's not all for the update on Eric. Recently there was Aaron Murakami has done filmed a free instructional video titled The Crystal Radio Initiative, and to go with it is a free PDF book. And this, if anyone is interested in getting involved with learning about Tesla stuff and don't know where to start, this PDF goes into pretty good detail about how to start. And it basically is like a crystal radio set. If I can get this to work, you can see it's quite detailed, and it's got a lot of pages here, but it breaks it down into simple terms so that you can set one up yourself. Everyone knows most people know how a crystal radio works, but that's that. Now, to go along with it, there is a interview with Eric, or it's like a classroom situation where he explains it on the chalkboard and shows how it all works. Very good. And also there's some other interviews done recently, one by Charles Berry and Robert Eamon from Spokane, as well as some other videos showing impossible ground reception of radio signals from the ground. And also just today come down the latest interview, which is going to be what his talk's going to be about, the next conference, and the interview is called Music, Electricity and Harmonics. Now, all of these things you can find on ericdollard.com. You'll find the links to all the Seismic Centre, the Seismic System campaign, and all of these interviews, as well as you'll find out the UK Tesla Society sites. Okay, so that's about it. If you can donate to that would be great.